Hello and welcome to the in-house debate. I am Navarun Goswami. As election fever grips the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council in the GHADC in Meghalaya or the GHADC in Meghalaya, the political landscape in the region is witnessing an intense churn with a relentless spree of defections reshaping party equations. November has turned into a month of political recalibration as leaders across party lines make calculated moves ahead of this very crucial council polls. Now, Meghalaya Congress Working President Deborah Marak just yesterday hinted that several Trinamool Congress or TMC MDCs may soon join the party. If we talk about the Congress, the possible return of several prominent faces looks set to infuse fresh momentum into the party's campaign machinery. The NPP, on the other hand, is focusing on mobilizing workers at the grassroots, while the Mukul Sangma-led TMC looks a tad dormant at the moment. So how will things shape up in the weeks to come? In the in-house debate today, I have with me my colleague and senior anchor Kavita Upadhyay, and joining me from Shillong is assistant news editor Purvasha Bhattacharjee. Well, Kavita, we have been talking about Meghalaya politics, the defections and what is taking shape for the last week or so. Of course, there have been a lot of political developments in the last couple of weeks, and now जो सामने आ रहा है GHADC polls, it is being seen as a semi-final, एक semi-final contest before the assembly elections in 2028. Yes, 2028 is still 2.5 years away, but the GHADC polls could as well be the litmus test. Of course, this council polls, especially the GHADC, हमेशा बहुत ही important रहे हैं, लेकिन पिछले एक महीने से जो हम देख रहे हैं और पूर्वाशा ने लगातार जो हमें अपडेट्स दिए हैं शिलोंग से, उससे ये लग रहा है कि जो ये रीअलाइनमेंट्स है लीडर्स की, पार्टीज़ की, ये चल रही है. कल ही डेबरा मराक ने बोला कि टीएमसी इस वक्त थोड़ा बैकफुट में लग रही है मेघालय में, नो डाउट. टीएमसी एमडीसीज, टीएमसी लीडर्स जो है कांग्रेस ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. एनपीपी भी पूरा जोर लगा रही है ग्रास रूट्स में. अभी हाल ही में आई थिंक अ वीक बैक अराउंड 600 पार्टी वर्कर्स फ्रॉम अदर पार्टीज ज्वाइन द एनपीपी, इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन, इन गारो हिल्स. सो इट्स नॉट दैट द एनपीपी इज नॉट ट्राइंग, एनपीपी इज ऑल्सो ऑन द जॉब. टीएमसी लुक्स ऑन द बैक फुट. इस वक्त लग रहा है कि जो शेप अप हो रहा है, इट्स गोइंग टू बी अ बैटल प्रॉब्ली बिटवीन द एनपीपी एंड द कांग्रेस.
जैसा कि आपने नवरुण कहा कि GHADC चुनाव को अगर हम विधानसभा चुनाव का सेमीफाइनल कहें तो गलत नहीं होगा, बिल्कुल नहीं होगा. इसीलिए पार्टी ने भी अपनी तैयारी शुरू कर दी है. जैसा कि आपने बताया, कांग्रेस की बात कही, जेनित संगमा की वापसी अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी मजबूती, कांग्रेस को एक बड़ा बूस्ट. एनपीपी के लिए बहुत बड़ी चुनौती है. हालांकि ज़मीनी स्तर पर जो नेता हैं वो काम कर रहे हैं, उन्हें लगाया जा रहा है, लेकिन सैलरी क्राइसिस अगर हम बात करें GHADC में तो ये बहुत बड़ी चुनौती होने वाली है एनपीपी के लिए. हालांकि कोशिशें जारी है एनपीपी की तरफ से, जिस तरह से नेताओं की अदला बदली हो रही है, दल बदल रहे हैं. लेकिन यहाँ एक बात का जिक्र करना चाहूँगी नवरुण, जिस तरह से एनपीपी में विचारधाराओं का आदान प्रदान हो रहा है, जैसे दूसरी पार्टियों के जो नेता हैं वो शामिल हो रहे हैं एनपीपी में. वीपीपी की तरफ से हाल ही एक बयान सामने आया था जिसमें वीपीपी के नेता ने कहा था कि विचारधाराओं की, अलग अलग विचारधाराओं की वजह से कहीं ना कहीं एनपीपी को नुकसान झेलना पड़ सकता है, क्योंकि अलग अलग विचारधाराएं होंगी तो वो अपने हक के लिए काम करेंगी, ना कि जनता के लिए.
जी बिल्कुल. बीपीपी का कहना यह था कि एनपीपी में इतने अलग अलग पार्टी से लोग शामिल हो चुके हैं कि शायद से एनपीपी की अपनी विचारधारा नहीं रही, सबकी अपनी अपनी विचारधारा है, जैसे आपने कहा, और सब जो है अपने लिए काम कर रहे हैं, ना कि पार्टी के लिए. ये एक बहुत बड़ा अटैक था. पूर्वाशा, कमिंग टू द डिस्कशन, ऑफ कोर्स, tell us when can we expect some of the joinings? Deborah Marak just yesterday claimed that more leaders will be joining the Congress. Well, the Congress is on a high. Though the party has no representation in the assembly, all of a sudden, after, as Kavita mentioned, zenith संगमा के joining के बाद एकदम से कांग्रेस जो है, it's booming, it's full of confidence, the leaders look confident. Of course, there's a long way to go, but all of a sudden, Congress looks back in the reckoning.
Well, Navarun, when we are talking about GHADC election, which is scheduled to be held next year, in fact, a lot of changes we will see. First question, will it be a triangular fight or a multiple statement whether these leaders, TMC leaders, MDCs, who decided not to contest from TMC party, will they go back to Congress? This is the big question. Some of the MDCs, of course, they are thinking of going back to the Congress. One or two are, in fact, joining Congress very shortly. But let me tell you, this is another information that I have received today, that these leaders, TMC MDCs, majority of them are waiting for the direction from Dr. Mukul Sangma. In fact, they have said that they will not contest as a TMC candidate, but they are waiting for direction from Dr. Mukul Sangma, which they are expecting that within 1 week to 10 days, they are going to get some sort of direction from Dr. Mukul Sangma. Let me tell you, Dr. Mukul Sangma, as per my report, says he is in Delhi. I don't know the details. Why is he in Delhi? I don't know. But the TMC leaders, TMC MDCs are hopeful that very soon they will be getting some directive from Dr. Mukul Sangma. So entire picture, entire scenario will change once such a directive comes from Dr. Mukul Sangma, who has kept the card close to his chest for such a long time.
Could that be?
But
could that be?
when it will come?
Could that be a directive to join the Congress? Deborah Marak yesterday indirectly said that in politics no one is untouchable, meaning Mukul Sangma. A lot of people were saying that there is no scope of probably Mukul Sangma getting back to the Congress, but that statement from the Congress working president, Meghalaya Congress working president, suggests that something also may be going on. Mukul Sangma may be considering, we don't know. As you said, he is tight-lipped and so are the sources close to him. But do you think, what kind of directive are they waiting for? It could be two things, either join a party, if he gives a directive to them to join a particular party, this means he will follow suit. If not, probably he will have to come out with a party of his own, a new regional party.
Exactly. In fact, those people who are close to Dr. Mukul Sangma, they are tight-lipped. They are not divulging the details. And they said that, in fact, very soon, they are expecting very soon this directive from Dr. Mukul Sangma will come. And in fact, this will change a lot of things. We don't know if it will be joining Congress or whatever it is, but this directive will come very soon. Meanwhile, I spoke to some of the NPP leaders and they said that few of the MLAs, sitting MLAs, are also seeking party ticket for the election to the GHADC. So NPP MLAs who are already popular in their constituencies will be in the fray. Few of them, how many, we don't know, because NPP has extended its timeline till 30th of November for application to seek party ticket. NPP has enhanced the range of the fees, which is now 25,000. But despite this, few of the MLAs are seeking party ticket. So it will be very much a new thing to be seen.
Does it mean that these MLAs, whoever they are, probably are not expecting to get a ticket for the assembly polls, one, or it could be, do they want to test the waters before the assembly polls?
As of now, NPP leaders, they are very cautious about mentioning anything. They said that till 30th of November, we have to wait to know the details. So definitely, since they are saying we are waiting, we have to wait for till 30th November. But at the same time, BJP leader Bernard and Matt, he himself is a very popular leader in Garo Hills. We should not forget that he contested assembly election against Chief Minister Conrad Sangma.
And was leading at one point in time, was leading During the counting of votes, of course,
Yes.
Comrade Sangma eventually emerged winner.
Yes. Yes. So BJP's factor under the leadership of Bernard cannot be ruled out. So, and independence, always we have seen when it comes to Garo Hills, independence plays a role.
Of course, we'll come to
So
more of that.
ultimately,
We'll come to more of that before that. कविता, मेघालय में कहावत है कि मेघालय के लोग किसी पार्टी को नहीं जानते, वो जानते होते हैं अपने नेता को, और ये पूर्णो संगमा ने भी कहा था, और ये सभी मानते हैं मेघालय में. लेकिन अगर हम बात करें टीएमसी की, कहीं ना कहीं ये कहावत वहाँ सच नहीं हो सकी. अगर हम देखें लास्ट असेंबली इलेक्शंस में, मुकुल संगमा एक लीडर थे, सीएम, टॉल लीडर, और फिर उन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि टीएमसी ज्वाइन करना है, और रिजल्ट्स हमने देखा लास्ट असेंबली इलेक्शंस में, इट डिडंट क्लिक. कहीं ना कहीं ये जो स्लोगन है ये क्लिक नहीं हुआ, विच मीन्स कि पार्टी फैक्टर भी एकदम से आप रूल आउट नहीं कर सकते.
बिल्कुल दरकिनार नहीं किया जा सकता पार्टी फैक्टर को. आपने मुकुल संगमा का जिक्र किया, टीएमसी बिल्कुल भी अपनी छाप नहीं दिखा पाई चुनाव में. और लेकिन अगर अब मुकुल संगमा की वापसी होती है कांग्रेस में, तो कहीं ना कहीं ये ज़ोरदार रहेगा कांग्रेस के लिए, क्योंकि काफ़ी सालों तक, कई सालों तक उन्होंने मेघालय की सत्ता संभाली, लोगों के बीच बड़े स्टार रहे, एक बड़े चेहरे रहे. और अगर उनकी वापसी होती है कांग्रेस में, तो कांग्रेस के लिए ये बहुत बड़ी बूस्ट होगी और अपनी पार्टी छाप छोड़ सकेगी कांग्रेस.
बिल्कुल. पूर्वाशा, ये कहा जा रहा है कि गारो हिल्स ऑटोनोमस डिस्ट्रिक्ट काउंसिल पोल्स विल बी अ लिटमस टेस्ट सेमीफाइनल्स, लेकिन मेघालय में अगर हम ट्रेंड देखें, क्या काउंसिल पोल्स एक्चुअली एन इंडिकेशन ऑफ थिंग्स टू कम इन द असेंबली पोल्स?
Navarone, in certain constituency, yes. In some cases, yes. Not fully, because Lok Sabha polls, assembly polls, council polls, all are a bit different in nature. But in total, yes, it is a litmus test where you can actually feel the pulse of the people. That's where what they are thinking. Again, the timing of election is very necessary. When the state government decides to conduct election, that is also necessary. That will also depend a lot of factors. And when we talk about the leaders, let me tell you, in fact, when we talk about TMC, we have also we have seen that Dr. Mukul Sangma has earlier hinted that in Khasi Jayante Hills, the party could not grow. In fact, it was he hinted towards party president Charles Pingro, who reportedly, allegedly, he has some inclination towards Congress. So TMC itself is a divided house in this matter.
Sources say that most of Charles Pingrove's supporters have already shifted allegiance to Congress. Is that what you see, or are you getting anything about it?
Yeah, in fact, their joining ceremony last time we covered in Northeast Live. We have shown their joining ceremony in Northeast Live. So definitely, this is a factor, and TMC, when it comes to Khasi Jayante Hills, Garo Hills, it's a divided house.
Now let's put it this way. We know that the TMC is in the back foot. Mukul Sangma is exploring his options. Khasi Hills has 2 to 3 regional parties. UDP is doing well. BPP started with a bang. Do you think there is a space for a regional party in Garo Hills? If you see Garo Hills, really, regional parties have, of course, NPP that way is a regional party, no denying to that. But apart from that, do you think there is space for another regional party in Garo Hills if Mukul Sangma decides to launch one?
The question is, who is launching the regional party? If Mukul Sangma, yes. If others, no. Because Mukul Sangma himself is a tall leader in Garo. In fact, when we say about TMC during the time of late P.S. Sangma also, we have seen that it was not much accepted in Garo Hills. During time of Mukul Sangma, we have seen, although he is trying his level best, but one man single person traveling everywhere is not working. So ultimately, if he comes out with his own regional party, then definitely. But how he mobilizes people, when he does it, everything has to do with the timing. Let me tell you now, 2.5 years left. If he decides to do it early, then definitely there are chances. But if he does it at the 11th hour, definitely to convince the people, to make sure the people understand the symbol and all, it's something, it's very difficult to make the voters understand symbol, party symbol, because voters often, I have been to election campaigning last year, and I have seen how the voters often confuse party symbol.
Absolutely, it
जी
requires
बिल्कुल।
So
time.
in
It
fact,
requires time.
तो 2.5 साल से भी कम वक्त बचा है नवरुण। ये तो हो गई बात मुकुल सांगमा की, टीएमसी की, कांग्रेस की, लेकिन अगर हम एनपीपी की स्थिति देखें आज की डेट में, आपको क्या लगता है कि जीएचएडीसी में एनपीपी कैसे अपनी छाप छोड़ सकती है? और इन दिनों सत्ता विरोधी लहर साफ तौर पर नजर आ रही है।
देखिए, एनपीपी के पास जो इमीडिएट चैलेंज होगा वो ये होगा कि जीएचडीसी पोल्स अभी भी, ये नहीं कि नेक्स्ट मंथ है, इट्स प्रॉब्ली April 2026. there are a good 4-5 months to go. 45 दिन बाद जो ये पार्टी लॉन्च की अनाउंसमेंट हुई थी, ये अपनी रिपोर्ट सबमिट करेगी और डिसाइड होगा। उसके बाद फ्यूचर कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन डिसाइड होगा एनपीपी का। अब हम बात करें मुकुल संगमा की, नई पार्टी एस्टेब्लिश करने में टाइम लगेगा। अगर एक ये जो नया रीजनल पार्टी लॉन्च होता है, नया वन सिंबल, वन फ्लैग, वन नेम, एंड इफ दैट नेम इज़ नॉट एनपीपी, that flag is not of NPPs, that symbol is not of NPPs, तो ये NPP के लिए भी वही बात होगी, फिर से नया कुछ और फिर से एक नए सिरे से लोगों के पास जाना पड़ेगा। अगर ऐसा होता है,
लोग एक्सेप्ट करेंगे?
बिल्कुल, ये डिपेंड करेगा जब ये रिपोर्ट आती है। पूर्वाश, आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड समथिंग टू इट।
Definitely, 45 days we have to wait. Since now, of course, not 45 days, it's less than 40 days also. We have to wait to see exactly how the thing is formed. Then only we can give any our views, or we can ask people's view on the thing. But when we talk about GHADC election, anti-incumbency is a factor. Salary issue is a factor. Anti-incumbency, there are high anti-incumbency. In fact, in Meghalaya, no political party actually, after completion of the first tenure, when it comes to second tenure, all political parties faces this anti-incumbency factor. So this is nothing new. But how government deals with anti-incumbency factor is important, because there are issues which opposition. Let me tell you, while TMC and MDCs are sitting in opposition, BJP, MDC, Bernard and Marak, who is actually BJP, we have seen in the state and the center, BJP, NPP, they are together. But when it
But we
comes
all
to
know the equation. We all know the
Autonomous-
equation between Bernard Marak and Conrad Sangma. So yes, go ahead.
Yes. So their BJP vice president and Tura MDC Bernard Marak sits in opposition. So I think this is the only case where BJP is sitting in opposition, opposition to MPP. So we all know the equation. So of course, during election, we will have a lot of things to see. Garo Hills Autonomous District Council election will not be a regular election, will be a definitely high voltage election.
But again, I'll take reaction from you on that. Kavita, council polls में सबसे जो मज़ेदार बात है, एंटी डिफेक्शन लो काम नहीं करता। कहीं ना कहीं क्या पार्टीज़ इसीलिए इस पोल्स को लाइटली भी लेते हैं थोड़ा, क्योंकि जो पोस्ट पोल मैनेज करने के लिए बहुत कुछ रह जाता है।
जी बिल्कुल। तो चुनाव बाद गठबंधन करके स्थितियां बदली जा सकती है, लेकिन ऑटोनोमस काउंसिल के जो चुनाव है नवरुण, वो ज़मीनी स्तर पर पकड़ कितनी है पार्टियों की वो बताती है। और जैसा कि इस केस में, मेघालय के केस में हम देखें तो 2.5 साल से भी कम वक्त बचा है और पार्टियों को ये जानने का मौका है कि उनकी पकड़ कैसी है फिलहाल।
Absolutely. Purvasha, independence, you are talking about independence. Independents play a major role in council polls. They are the kingmakers, they are the makers and breakers. Independents come together. If, say for instance, if the NPP or the Congress or the TMC land up with 10 or 11 seats, maybe 4 to 5 independents can play a crucial role. You need 16 seats to form the executive committee there, the executive council there. So, do you think some of the prominent MDC's party leaders would also like to test the waters as independents?
We cannot deny the chances because independence, of course, independence play a very important role, very crucial role, and their always demand is high, be it a council election or state assembly elections. The demand of independence are very high. So we cannot say as of now because these things will only be cleared by next year as we see the real electioneering takes place. Because we have seen that it's already November 15th, almost November 15th now. So hardly, if you say the working days, hardly a month left because then festive season will start. So ultimately, actual figure can only be seen next year when the electioneering
just digressing a
process
bit, digressing a bit from the GHADC polls. In the current state of affairs in Meghalaya politics, when a new party may be in the offing, will be in the offing for sure in a couple of months' time, there are also indications that in the run-up to the 2028 assembly elections, several prominent leaders may also opt to fight independently. Of course, independents are a factor in assembly elections, but not that much. If you see, if it's parties which have been reigning, of course, 1 or 2 independents have played key roles in the past. But can we have a scenario this time in a first where we have 5 to 6 independents making the cut in the assembly?
This cannot be ruled out, Navarun, because if we see that, like earlier I have mentioned that anti-incumbency is a factor. And if Congress is not able to organize itself properly, then in coming days we may see some independence also. But again, we have to that we can say only as the time comes because till over 2 years left, and we have to see how the government is taking forward, how Chief Minister Congress Sangma is taking forward in these initiatives. In fact, he is aware of all the development that is happening. Right now, he is concentrating on this regional forum that they are forming. So definitely in coming days, we will be addressing these issues. And we have to say that what exactly happens because we have spoken to VPP, we have spoken to UDP, Congress, NPP from time to time, and we have seen that how are the things. And Congress is much confident of its revival. But how much will it succeed will be seen only coming days.
एब्सोल्युटली। कविता जो हमने देखा है मेघालय में जो खासी जयंतिया हिल्स के जो रीजनल पार्टीज हैं, बीट द यूडीपी, एचएसपीडीपी एंड नाउ द वीपीपी, गारो हिल्स में कभी भी कुछ इम्पैक्ट ज़्यादा नहीं कर पाए हैं. दे हैव ट्राइड टू एंटर गारो हिल्स थ्रू काउंसिल पोल्स. असेंबली इलेक्शंस इज़ ऑफ कोर्स एट अ बिगर स्केल, लेकिन गारो हिल्स में कुछ खास इम्पैक्ट नहीं हुआ है. देर आर सेवरल रीजन्स फॉर इट. वन ऑफ द रीजन्स बिकॉज उनकी जो पॉलिसीज़ हैं, प्रोमिसेस हैं, मैनिफेस्टोज़ हैं, देर इज़ ऑलवेज खासी एंड जयंतिया हिल्स सेंट्रिक. एक नई पार्टी है वीपीपी जिसने एक अगर हम कहें धमाका क्रिएट किया और सब जानते हैं एक हाउस होल्ड नेम बन गए खासी जयंतिया हिल्स में. कहीं ना कहीं क्या एक ये ब्रिज करने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए और क्या ये पॉसिबल है? बिकॉज एस्पिरेशंस जो देखते हैं कभी खासी जयंतिया गारो, कभी एक डिफरेंट हो जाता है कहीं ना कहीं, या फिर पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ करवाते हैं या फिर वो करवाते हैं, लेकिन एक ऐसा माना जाता है कि डिफरेंट एस्पिरेशंस है. ऐसा नहीं है. एस्पिरेशंस सबका डेवलपमेंट, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सारे सेम ही हैं, जॉब्स, एजुकेशन, एस्पिरेशंस सेम है, लेकिन ऐसा लगता है कि एस्पिरेशंस खासी जयंतिया हिल्स और गारो हिल्स का डिफरेंट है. क्या वीपीपी ये कर सकती है? यूडीपी ने कोशिश किया, काफ़ी कोशिश किया, और कुछ वोट्स भी मिले यूडीपी को पहले, लेकिन एक जो है सीट, एक हिस्ट्री क्रिएट नहीं कर पाई। तो कहीं ना कहीं लगता है कि ये एक वीपीपी इसको कर सकती है, फिर यूडीपी रिन्यूड, ये चलता रहना चाहिए और एक ब्रेक थ्रू कर सकती है। दैट विल बी अनदर गेम चेंजर अगर ये होता है, लेकिन हुआ नहीं है।
गेम चेंजर साबित हो सकता है, क्योंकि 2021 के विधानसभा चुनाव में जब वीपीपी आई थी, जैसे उदय हुआ था वीपीपी का और जिस तरह का प्रदर्शन, जिस तरह का परफॉर्मेंस उसने दिखाया, तो काफ़ी उम्मीदें बढ़ गई थी वीपीपी के लिए। और ज़रूर जाहिर तौर पर एनपीपी की भी चिंताएं बड़ी होंगी, क्योंकि जिस तरह का परफॉर्मेंस वीपीपी ने दिया था। अगर जीएचएडीसी चुनाव में भी वीपीपी कुछ कर पाती, अगर चुनाव लड़ेगी या नहीं लड़ेगी अभी तक फैसला नहीं हुआ है, लेकिन खबरें सामने आ रही हैं कि वीपीपी लड़ना नहीं चाहती। अगर लड़ती है तो जाहिर तौर पर लोगों का मनोबल बढ़ेगा और लोग विश्वास जरूर करेंगे।
पूर्वाशा, लास्टली आई एम रनिंग आउट ऑफ टाइम। As things stands now, who do you think is favorite at the moment to gain momentum? I'm not talking about who's going to win GHADC polls. I'm not going to that. To gain momentum, to emerge stronger. And by when will the TMC picture be clear? What Mukul Sangma's next step will be? How much time will it take to make that clear? As you said, the festive season is coming and the announcement has to be made before that.
Exactly, Nabaron. In fact, if we say, first of all, that Dr. Mukul Sangmai, when I spoke to some of the MDCs today, and they were saying that they are hopeful that some sort of news, some sort of directives from Dr. Mukul Sangmai is expected to come very soon, perhaps within 1 week, 10 days, or by the end of November, it is likely to come. At the next, by December 1st week, the directives they are expecting from Dr. Mukul Sangma. Secondly, when we say about election, in fact, last election was definitely Gambhir by-election, where we have seen NPP candidate won that election. But prior to this, if we see that when all the constituencies were concerned, it was Lok Sabha election where all the constituencies were involved, where we have seen Congress base was there. Saleh Sangma, who is a strong leader in Garo Hills, his wave was there. So it will be very difficult to say, because as of now, there are issues with the GHADC.
But the Congress back in the reckoning for sure. Definitely. Well, it will be interesting. It will be very interesting GHADC polls in the run-up to the 2028 Assembly elections. We'll keep a close track on the developments, the defections, the shifting loyalties, and Meghalaya politics, as it has always been, continues to be volatile. That's a wrap of this episode of the In-House Debate. Thanks for watching.